There, Aiden, right?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Carter.
Nice to meet you.
So before we get into what brings you here today, I'm gonna go over kind of like what this session's gonna look like. All right. So first, we're gonna talk about, the presenting problem, what brings you in here today, what's going on, and then after that, we're gonna get into our goals and a plan of action so we can solve the problem. But before we do all of that, we're going to talk about confidentiality. So just so you know, everything that we talk about here stays between me and you, unless you're in danger or harm or someone else, and then I would be required to report it. But yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about what brings you in here today.
I don't know. I guess I'm not happy at my current job, and I'm not really sure what to do about it. It's like the basis.
Sure. What's causing you to not feel happy at your job?
It's just not what I wanted to do with my life. Especially with the age I'm getting at. I feel like a lot of pressure to start getting into like a career that I feel excited about and like happy to do. And yeah, it's just the day-to-day is just not what I'm, I guess, looking for. Really, I'm not happy.
Yeah, that sounds difficult to be in the wrong place.
Yeah, of course.
Have you thought about where you might be happier? What might be that environment you're looking for?
No, I think of myself as like a kind of like a caretaker. Like I love helping other people. A lot of my family have said that teaching would be a great idea for me. My mother was a teacher for a while, and she always talks about how much she loved it. So I guess like a dream job would be teaching.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It also sounds really helpful to have someone you know that has done it.
Definitely.
Talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm.
So how far have you gotten into thinking about this career?
Not far. Right now it's just thoughts, I guess. Just doubts of my current career.
Sure. Okay, let me ask you this. What would you like to get out of this therapy session? And in general, out of therapy?
Maybe reassurance, that maybe moving would be the right thing, or just how to like cope with staying if that's the best move, just I guess figuring out like a way forward from here, really.
We can definitely do that.
And to find out whatever's stopping me from really pursuing this realistically,
So let's talk more about that. So you see this potential career change. It sounds good, but you say something's preventing you from taking that next step into trying it out.
Yeah, well, kids are just like a bit, it's a big responsibility, people trusting you to educate children, to prepare them for the rest of their lives, that's huge. That's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of, so that's a big thing to step up to, it's no joke.
Sure.
A lot of pressure in a job. I don't know if I can like really, I'm trying to think of the right way to put this, but yeah, I don't know. Just trying to like see if I have that level of like the level needed to, I guess, to teach other people, I don't even know if I would qualify for something like that, if I would be like the right person for a job like that,
Right. I hear you totally. It can be overwhelming to have that kind of responsibility. I'm curious what you meant by that level. Level of what would you say?
just like skill, and I don't know if I even trust myself to do that. You know, that's big. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Let me talk to you about the method that we can use here as a therapy modality. Yeah, it's called cognitive behavioral therapy, and this sort of therapy, we basically center ourselves on what thoughts we have that aren't necessarily serving us. So we might, for example, the client that might be depressed, they might be thinking to themselves, there's no point of doing anything. And this thought itself may keep them in cycles of feeling bad. So with cognitive behavioral therapy, we can find that thought that's not serving us and use some techniques to become more aware of it and change it and replace it with different thoughts that may help us change our situation. How does this approach sound to you as something we may be able to use to help your situation?
Yeah, that sounds good. Definitely. Maybe help me pinpoint some of this like self-doubt, I guess.
Yeah, totally. So if you could say what do you have an idea of what this kind of specific thoughts that are going through your mind when you're feeling this doubt where you don't know if you can step up to the plate as a teacher? What kind of thoughts, how would you describe those thoughts, or what are they saying?
I guess they just question like if I am like skilled enough. I guess just good enough in general, you know, to teach other people, right? Yeah, like am I good enough to be teaching children? You know, am I like a good role model to others? You know, if I don't have my own like stuff figured out, you know.
Well, I gotta say I'm impressed with how articulately you're putting it. An activity I think that may serve you is writing down a list of things that you've done that have helped you, or that you're proud of, or good things that you've done. What are some things you think you might be able to put on that list?
I guess I got through college debt free. You know, I'm proud of that. I know debt's like a big thing this time right now in this age. So I'm happy about that. Geez, I don't know. I mean, accomplishments that's not myself aside from others, like apart, is kind of, I don't see myself as a very like special case, I guess. I don't know.
Well, just starting with what you presented to me, finishing college for itself is impressive, and then going out debt free, that's something I wish I could say the same about myself. That is very impressive. I think this technique may be able to serve you. How about before our next session, if you can come in with a list, let's say, of between 5 to 10 things that you've done that kind of give you that feeling like, I did that. I think that may help you moving forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so I'm seeing that we're running out of time here. I'm gonna wrap things up. So it seems like our situation here is you feel there's a potential career change that might give you that purpose you want in your job, but you're feeling some self-doubt, not sure if that level of responsibility you can take on. So I think some goals we have here moving forward would be to I guess I'll leave you with another activity. If you can write down some of the thoughts that occurred to you in those doubtful moments, just so we have a better handle on what's preventing us from feeling confident. And and we'll make that list of things that you've accomplished to show yourself that you are confident and can take on responsibility. So that's basically what cognitive behavioral therapy will look like. Finding what's holding us back and using some techniques to change that moving forward so we can get where we want to go. All right. I also want to leave some space for any feedback or advice. This is your therapy, so anything you think that would be most helpful, that's of course what we'll do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think whatever you think is right. You're the professional.
Do you have any feedback on how this session felt?
No, I don't think so. It felt good. Oh, nice. I'm interested to see how we'll go more in depth.
Awesome. Glad to hear it felt well.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'll see you next week, Aiden. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.